Now for the CanFax Market Drivers Report, sponsored by... Here's CanFax Manager and Senior Analyst Brian Perillat.
So here we are, beginning of May, and it's a bit more of the same old story that we've been looking at in the cattle markets for the last 6 months or a year. Prices have been somewhat disappointing. We thought we might see some potential pickup in demand and a bit of a spring rally, but Canadian market just hasn't performed. Partly the dollar has been rallying, continued to rally all through the first quarter, and that's definitely taken a bite out of our cattle markets. Feeder prices continue under pressure and generally on a downtrend. Springtime, we usually see some interesting calf prices and grassers and stockers, and up until recently, drought or dryness was a concern, and that maybe kept guys sitting on their hands in terms of buying stock or cattle. And it's been a bit of a disappointing spring. We've seen exports pick up on the feeder market, so there's been some U.S. support from time to time, and at least helps keep a floor under the market. But it's just a shift. It's a general leverage shift. And during the rally, the cow-calf producers and anybody with background in calves were all the beneficiaries of rising prices. And through that time, it took a little bit of a bite out of the packer margins and retailer margins, and that's all starting to realign. And retailers, are slowly maybe going to start dropping beef prices, and we'll see more featuring and move beef through the pipeline. And packers continue to maybe pick up their utilization rates. But right now, it's the feedlot sector that's taken the brunt of the hit. A lot of the cattle they bought last fall and earlier in the year are looking at substantial losses. Some of the worst losses since BSC, really, in terms of just the equity drain, and that will trickle down, or is starting to trickle down, into the calf and feeder market. And as we project forward with more meat coming down the pipeline in North America, into 2017 or the next couple of years, we could pass more pressure down to cow-calf producers. And at this point, when we do some projections, we're looking potentially at sub $2 calves, and not what a lot of guys want to hear, but at this point in time, it's about setting expectations in terms of what your some marketing targets for your calves and your feeders, and patience and discipline are key if you're buying any feeder cattle at this time. It's it's a big gamble now to sort of bet on the calves and the market when we're kind of in a down-sloping trend. You gotta be disciplined in buying cattle that you think or quite sure you can make work, and locking in profits where you can. For more information, again, you can check out our website, canfax.ca. We have memberships for all sorts of producers, cow-calf to feedlots, as well as anybody else with an interest in the beef industry or beef markets can become a CanFax member and subscribe for our weekly and online information.
That was your CanFax Market Drivers Report, sponsored by...